Trading market has continued to experience various factors such as production costs, inflation rate, and appreciation of the kwacha against major convertible currencies that contribute to a shift in marketing and commodity prices as well as trading. This morning, we are joined in studio by Grace Soko. She is Business Development Manager for the Lusaka Securities Exchange to look at how January was in terms of trade and some of the major contributing factors to that. Ms. Soko, good morning and welcome to the Diamond Breakfast.
Good morning, Vida.
Nice to have you here. Let's start off with reviewing how January was in terms of market prices and trading.
So January was actually quite an interesting month in the stock market. I think everybody was kind of in recovery mode. We know that January is basically January.
Yeah.
So we did see a little bit of a dip in terms of general revenue that came through, a number of trades, but we had some very exciting news in the market. I think you saw the countdown that was going on social media. We basically hit it off, first of all, by Clapton Reinsurance. They basically came through with an intent to list, and that's very exciting for us. Yeah.
It really does sound exciting. But what are just some of the basics, one should know before they start trading? I know we do get to see a lot of requests now. Social media is crazy. You have somebody in Kazakhstan trying to get you to trade and so on. But yeah, what are just some of the basics that people need to know or understand?
I think with every investment, the first thing that you need to do is do your research before you get into anything. And being a regulated industry, we do have registered stockbrokers. We've got 9 of them. And the best thing would be take a look at the stockbrokers. Their job is basically to come through, guide you on the best investment strategy. Because, betting and investing on the stock exchange is a very different thing. Yeah. A lot of people think, let me just pick what's in the news and then let's wait and see what's going to happen. But there is an investment strategy that you need to implement with everything that you're doing. So I would say first step, take a look at our website, the Luce website. We do have a list of all the 9 registered stockbrokers. Visit one of them, sit with them, and let them align your investment strategy with your goals. Because obviously, your age also determines how you're going to invest.
Right.
When you're younger, you can take on a little bit more risk. You've got more time. But as you get older, what you look for in an investment kind of changes. Now you want more stability. You're thinking, I need to plan for retirement. So based on what your objectives are, even your investment strategy is going to change. So step number 1, do your research, get in touch with a stockbroker, and download the Luce app as well so you can get trading.
Oh, and even on the app, with accessibility to the app, how do people go about even accessing the app?
So right now we've got the app both in iOS and Android. There's always a debate in the office which one is better, but we do have it on both platforms.
Great.
So you can go through to your app store, search for Luce, the mobile app, you download it. Very simple process. We just need you to put in your name, your email address, have your NRC handy so that you can capture the front and the back. Take a clear selfie. We're very particular about the selfie.
Right.
So take a clear selfie, upload it, wait for your approval because we do have to verify your KYC. And once that's done, you're good to go.
Great.
Love it.
Let's speak into something big with Zambia Sugar reaching a market capitalization of $1 billion US dollars.
Yeah.
What does this mean?
So first of all, we're very excited because now we've got 3 companies on the Luce which are valued at over $1 billion, which is an achievement. We call it the Unicorn Club. So they have joined an elite club. I think what this says to the market is that Zambia is something that you need to take notice of. Foreign investors are looking at us. And one thing about market capitalization, it's basically an enforcement of the idea that both retail and institutional investors have placed this value in this company and they're saying we are ready to trade. And we're very excited about it and hopefully we can get a few more.
Okay. And speaking of just a few more, what are some companies other than Clapton Reinsurance that have been pre-listed?
So at the moment, Clapton Reinsurance is the only one that we've publicized. What we did as far as their listing process, the ceremony was just a signal to the market to say that Clapton Reinsurance is ready to go. Of course, subject to regulatory approval. We're expecting them to come to the market on the 24th of March. But please keep an eye out on our socials. Okay. As the year goes on, I'm sure we've got a lot more announcements coming up.
Okay. Now, speaking of announcements, you have signed a partnership with the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants, SCCA Zambia.
Yeah.
What does this mean and what are the expected results?
So that MOU is basically our way of signaling to the SME market that, look, listing doesn't have to be a complicated process, right? One of the major requirements is having your corporate governance in order, having your financials in order. I think we can all agree that in the SME sector, it's not always as organized as we'd like it to be. So this MOU is just a way of saying, let's see how we can incubate and grow the SME industry, because we do know that's the backbone of our economy. That's where a lot of the growth is going to come from. So that MOU is just our way of saying, how do we feed our pipeline and make sure that we've got more listings coming up? So we're very excited about that. And of course, professional growth. This is an industry that's growing, the capital markets industry, and we'd love to see more finance professionals get into it.
Exciting. Now, as we get to conclude, let's take a look into just what this week's market performance and, of course, trading activities look like. You know, maybe we can be motivated.
No, we saw quite a lot of movement on the board. As at yesterday, we basically had two gainers. Airtel continued with their rally. They've closed off at 139 kwacha per share. Okay. Zanaco also is on a rally, which is amazing. So it's crossed the 6 kwacha per share mark, and hopefully we can see more movement there. We saw a little bit of a dip with CEC. I wouldn't panic too much. We've seen a lot of questions on social media. Is it time to offload? We wouldn't panic as yet. Okay. And then we've also got Zambif that did a little bit of a dip and closed off at 2 kwacha per share.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. That's interesting. Now, as we're closing up, let's just look through your socials and how exactly people can interact through social media. You've mentioned the website and just your social media details.
So we've got a LinkedIn page. So you just need to look for Lusaka Securities Exchange PLC. It'll pop up. We've got a Facebook page, and we're actually having an online webinar in about an hour, 2 hours at 10. Okay. That's going to be streamed on Facebook Live, so you can tune in. We're going to walk you through how to trade on the app and answer a couple of frequently asked questions that we've seen come through. And we're also on Twitter. Well, X. I'm still part of the generation that calls it Twitter. Same here. I refuse to take over the X handle. Just search for Lusaka Securities Exchange PLC as well. And we now have a TikTok account. Ooh. So look out for some cool content on there. We're trying to see how we can engage and make the exchange a little bit more relatable to everybody.
Right. Yeah. That would be
especially
good.
the Gen Z.
Exactly.
The Gen Z's on TikTok. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the show, Grace.
All right. Thank you for having me.
We've been talking to the LUSA Business Development Manager in Grace Soko. Just talking more into highlights at the January market and so on. Let's go on a break. When we get back, we have more to get into on the Diamond Breakfast, so stay tuned.
Today, start big with cornflakes.